What do we get here first?
Because there's only 5 maps, and now at this point of the tournament, you pretty much played everything.
Yeah.
I would say LUNABREAK would be happy to kick things off on Palm Bay Harbor, while as ANUBYSS, they always had a strong start on Eye of Mizra. But again, these teams have played everything and anything. But my question is there going to be an Aquila target ban? Because are you going to want to face LUNABREAK on the Narukami backup plan? ANUBYSS, they like to pull out the Elysinus. It really depends also what map when it comes to that Elysinus pick.
The random selection didn't want to be wrong for these two. Took a little. Cape Blanc Observatory coming in first, fighting over the Extractors first to 8. What will our bans be?
These teams have only played 2 matches, so we actually haven't seen Observatory from either side.
Right.
So a first look with a Tricer really trying to take down the base-making ability on a map like this.
You called it.
Aquila. Now LUNABREAK, are they going to want to go to the Narukami? The Falcon is still available, so the scans could be revealing where Lori is.
There it is. Lorax does take it out. The Falcons are going to have to battle in the air. Kishinima will be looking for that Naru constantly. They switch off. They actually go to the Stego for Lorax. They're still hovering as they plan things out and see what they're going to be up against.
Inferno versus Hurricane is like something that's immediately standing out to me.
Yes.
They still have some time to change these strikers, but Lori, I mean, they've revealed their cards that they like this Narukami. And if there's that Falcon that stays on the other side, I don't know how stealthy Lori's going to be able to be. So I'm maybe glad to go and see a Stego, something that could be a bit safer than a Narukami.
Yeah, and when teams start locking in the Inferno, Kane, I become a little biased towards them. It's so much damage if they can use it right. If you're misusing it, I feel like ANUBYSS can run away with it. But the shield destruction we can see LUNABREAK doing right now could be detrimental if ANUBYSS can't adjust. And we expect them to. That's what we're here for, and that's going to be the amazing thing to see here as the teams adapt throughout each extraction point, getting to 8 points.
It's still a best of 3. Pretty much a mirror matchup besides the Hurricane versus the Elysinus. And you can't underestimate how much time an Elysinus can buy you, especially when your team is down. You can, 1v6, just go towards the objective. As long as you're peppering damage, you may be allowed to deny that objective. It all depends if that Welkin box can come up and deny that annoying poke, forcing that Elysinus to have to brawl up close and personal. And the moment you choose to get back into that mech, if you do lose it, is a key cooldown to watch out for.
Hopping onto the map. Your 7th match of the day here. The upper bracket matches begin as we start off on Neku Exist and Kishinima. Remember, that's where your shot calling is going to come from. Easy air superiority as they look down onto the battlefield at Cape Blanc Observatory, and high ground is starting to be taken.
Yeah, having the Welkin and the Hurricane from the side of LUNABREAK, you have a lot of anti-range potential if you want to stop this poke fire while you get a quick dismantle. But we'll see if ANUBYSS can keep up with this. You already have one player, Siren, low on fluid armor, and LUNABREAK thinks that's the moment to try and go for a dismantle, but they're denied that.
Nice try. Did have the energy shield up, but it's still not enough. Remember that Inferno Kane's going to be able to blast through quite a bit, so it's necessary to have Welkins 3 if you're attempting this. Very low health going onto the side of ANUBYSS now as that Inferno Kane damage comes flying through.
ANUBYSS, they're so low on health, but they just won't give up scrapping for this. They don't want LUNABREAK to get away with a free objective, but flying above, Neku trying to keep the other flyer in check while also hoping to capitalize, but 2 quick kills now as ANUBYSS have LUNABREAK on their knees.
Oh, a nice catch by Supadopa up here. Doesn't know if he wants the full fight, but is going to try to take down the Inferno of LUNABREAK for a moment. Beautiful damage. The follow-up just not happening with that movement. There it is. Supadopa finally capitalizes on the kill.
And there's about to be a second Corite Extractor that's going to spawn, and it's quite close by, so you got to try to split up your forces, but ANUBYSS get away with stealing A, and not only that, B as well.
Oh my god, props to Kishinima. Huge props that we see to ANUBYSS. Supadopa getting a kill, getting the cap, and still doing work here for the Welkin on the map. He's just looking at his team, separating LUNABREAK from each other, and they can make such easy decisions right now. now as they move across the map.
And you can't underestimate the power of the Elise-ness dash of being able to go from one side of the map to the other.
Oh, yeah.
The mobility, huge, and something that I would say Hurricane doesn't have as much of, at least compared to the Elise-ness. So ANUBYSS really benefiting from being speedier than LUNABREAK at the moment, but now the melees are clashing.
Zhuhai is absolutely obliterating opponents with the top-down unparryable. He is going to be finally faced and checked by ANUBYSS, but that's just going to bring the armor through. Here towards A, still looking to spawn. It will come out before B, so they're starting to set up, and we see the Stego now trying to get into position. Assyrian looking to get a good spot to fire those missiles.
There's a lot of focus from both teams also in the middle of the map. These power positions that overlook both sites, both objectives. Now both extractors are deployed, and LUNABREAK need to at least get one of these. And with that first pick, that 6v5, LUNABREAK have an advantage, but Yui is dangerously low. And Supadopa goes for the finishing blows and tries to at least dislodge some of these ultra heavies, finds Yui at low health, and ANUBYSS are on the chase.
Supadopa, every time he sees the Inferno, is only going for it one-track mind, and it's got to be so annoying. Again, killing Yui right there with the Welkin, and it is ANUBYSS chasing around Kishinma. Supadopa low on the right side of the map. LUNABREAK still not able to get any extractors right now. B is here to be taken, but it looks like ANUBYSS could close down again.
And these kills are so pivotal from ANUBYSS because there's an objective that they can try to dismantle in front of LUNABREAK while they are dismantled. I mean, physically and metaphorically themselves, ANUBYSS. They just never stop being aggressive. They know how to push the envelope. But Arun is trying to disrupt the ANUBYSS plan, but he gets smoked out. And the box, he is out though, but with a sliver of health. He's about to lose it.
Zhuhai is on his tail, and once an Elise-ness has the Welkin, you do not let go. This is going to be painful. Just a box for a little reprieve there, but still, you can see how much he wants a rune.
Another life for this Elise-ness, and it's still ANUBYSS keeping LUNABREAK away from anything possible. LUNABREAK haven't really had an advantage. They've been able to match blow for blow, but they need some sturdier boxing gloves. Kishinma dominates the skies, has the other flyer without fluid armor, so LUNABREAK are going to have to take a break.
Supadopa, another kill from the Welkin, another assist from the Welkin as Reset pulls one in on Lorax. And there are two down now for LUNABREAK. This has been the story. Macro and fight control here for ANUBYSS on the map as they look to get their fourth cap. Arun just getting thrown around, no fluid armor the moment he hits the fight.
A is still deployed, and ANUBYSS are not scared of putting their Welkin in the sky and bossing it down. Zhuhai with the hunt down, the moment to dismantle, 4-0 for ANUBYSS.
Every time we go to a LUNABREAK player, they have ANUBYSS on them. It looks like they're not even allowed to play the game here. Again, you're just trying to run away, but the Inferno spawns. The Inferno is about to die. 3 members instantly on Yui.
This is tough. LUNABREAK can't catch a break at all. It's just turned into a waterfall of eliminations for ANUBYSS. And another extractor has just been dismantled, and LUNABREAK are going to be forced to take a 4v6 or a 5v6. They can't constantly be waiting to regroup because ANUBYSS are getting the key kills during the extractors while they're spawned.
See that Hurricane trying to deny a bit of damage, direct to targeting to a different position, but they die so quick. Everything is just being unloaded on this position, and you can hear the energy's gone. They don't have the gas, but it's a re-armor. Zhuhai's going around now. Little baby Elise-ness will chill for a second.
And LUNABREAK are trying to protect themselves with Stego smoke, and ANUBYSS are just hunting around, just flying above them, waiting for their moment to kick LUNABREAK in the teeth. And LUNABREAK just haven't had a grouped up, stable 6-man roster alive and well, not with Supadopa just sweeping everyone away.
And look how calm Supadopa is with the attacks, hardly spinning even in these box situations, knowing it's more of an advantage to quickly click and find that player or that striker once again and just give that pilot hell.
LUNABREAK need to find some signs of life quickly as ANUBYSS are aggressive all the time. Supadopa with the down smashes to go through any parries to get Yui still in a position where he can't even escape. The Stego smoke though will, I guess, hide his trail, but ANUBYSS only know the W key.
Okay, 2 kills coming in here for LUNABREAK, and it might be the break that they need to start winning this. Arun gets a big one there, and now they're going to be able to cap the point. It's just a few more percent. He gets knocked off. hit off. They almost get it again, and it keeps getting to 90%, which is only giving ANUBYSS more time to get back over here.
Okay, potential comeback, some solid kills. ANUBYSS are down 3.
Oh,
LUNABREAK should be able to get this dismantled. Surely it's just a matter of time. There's probably some annoying poke coming at range, but finally LUNABREAK has some reprieve. Surely this is a dismantle, right? They've killed like almost all of ANUBYSS. These darn flyers in the sky. Someone from LUNABREAK has to go deal with it.
4 down right now for ANUBYSS. You get Super Dopa back in a little bit, and they have finally gotten that extractor after persevering so well. Zhuhai's trying to create the distraction. We saw him firing down just the shots to stop them from getting that extractor at about 90% a couple of times. But they get it. Now they have to move on. What's the next part of the map? That terrain may have favored them for the moment, and we'll see if that changes.
There's just so many hills at this part of the map, and just when you think the melees are going to be stuck to the ground, they're not afraid to dash up towards these flyers and box them in. These well kids go in with so much confidence as we watch Super Dopa and friends. Oh my god, just beat LUNABREAK down.
And that's a 2-point extractor over on the left side, ready to be capped. We'll bring ANUBYSS to 7, LUNABREAK to 3, and they could absolutely use that. Oh, instantly on the Inferno. Never stops. They have such great focus throughout this map now, and Kashima trying to look through the Stego smoke, but they're not finding really too much on that.
Yeah, Kashima. I mean, LUNABREAK will be up like 6 versus 2, and ANUBYSS will still be denying extractors. There's so much good teamwork from ANUBYSS too. They're always taking 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s, whatever it is, and that's why they're in the lead that they are. Super Dopa just got a triple kill. This guy's an absolute menace.
Insane stuff. It's definitely going to be that Super Dopa MVP. We can almost call it right now. Getting the caps, getting the kills. They are playing this so strong. Quickly denied there for a moment, but we still see 3 members down of LUNABREAK, so it's a matter of time.
All the heavies are in place to defend the dismantle. Now 1 extractor away for ANUBYSS to go to series points, and LUNABREAK just can't escape. They can't hide, and they can't run. ANUBYSS, it's just cat and mouse, and LUNABREAK are only prey.
The calls right now from the sky, letting ANUBYSS where to go, what to focus on. You just see Super Dopa on the right target every time. Arun goes down, a Welkin v. Welkin fight with a little bit of a side hit from the teammates, but still Super Dopa comes out on top as we're watching him again take right to Azura.
LUNABREAK still have some fight in them, but how do they deal with just the teamwork from ANUBYSS? LUNABREAK gotta coordinate as well as ANUBYSS.
Jeez.
And Kachimba is always at full health and full armor. He is not being pressured at all, and how can you keep up with him? This Falcon is so elusive, and he's peppering everyone down at once.
They finally take down Super Dopa for a minute, but right, like you said, you still have Kashima flying through the air up there, giving them all the knowledge that they need, and if it's not Super Dopa on the Inferno, it's going to be the Eliteness. We see Zhuhai's going crazy, and they're going crazy enough that there was no defense on the last extractor. Oh my god. Okay,
like, what did I do? Why are you looking at me, bro? Don't look at me. I'm scared.
Okay.
First it was just him, and now he got his whole team in on that. He does that after every single win. Like, you just seen that? You just saw that?
You saw that? I saw that. That was ANUBYSS seeing where they could attack each time. They had way more control over single target focus throughout the fight. That helped them. And that single target died instantly almost every single time. What focus? And then knowing the slight window they had for a cap, they would go get it and continue the kills.
They just... LUNABREAK just couldn't keep up pressure when they were 6v2. It took them still like a good 10-20 seconds just to dismantle during that 6v2, because you probably had Kashima just flying around and being annoying as heck. And if you could have just kept suppressing those respawns from ANUBYSS, maybe there could have been some momentum built there, but that was the key, right? LUNABREAK never had true momentum that lasted.
Such good damage. We saw the Inferno spitting out quite a bit, Hurricanes as well, but the air superiority throughout a lot of these games, I think, is telling us where the game's, who's winning that is where the game's going to go. Because they get the heals, they stay alive, the comms are huge, especially we see on on the map because there's so much elevation change. There could be fights in the valley, there could be fights on the mountain, and you have to be able to get the right place at the right time. And again, I'm a broken record, but that was the key to ANUBYSS's victory: is right place, right time, right target all the time.
You just have to constantly be on the move, and you saw kind of the power of the melees, the brawlers from ANUBYSS when you don't have a Tricera because it got banned out. And I mean, LUNABREAK have to thank themselves for it because they took out the Tricera themselves, and then you didn't have an Aquila, but then this kind of just became the flyer show, and there wasn't really someone that was able to either keep up mobility-wise or at range sniper-wise to get after them.
And what was the other band that they had too? Oh, Tricera for the point. Of course, the Tricera for the point. Actually, something Orca was mentioning in their game earlier. If they have that, it's just the one thing that really annoys us. You can't dislodge it from its position. That was on a Palm Bay, but still, same thing here, especially with the Stego. The Bass brothers sitting there just being like, give me the armor, I'll get the heals, cool. So yeah, taking that out, ANUBYSS definitely found what they could kind of scratch the armor with LUNABREAK first.
Just to see the potential of some of the best Welkins in the world. I'm looking up at the sky. I'm expecting to see, you know, Falcons or whatever. Then I see a Welkin box up there. And I'm like, what's the Welkin doing up there?
Yeah, crazy stuff. Super Dopa was going wild this game. Honestly, using that boost to get into the air completely shut people down. Super Dopa 10, 3, and 7. Get out of here. But there are kills across the board. You can see how much ANUBYSS actually filled those KDA coffers.
And looking at the Stego from Siren 2, can't underestimate what 2 mil can do to another team, like damage-wise. Because if that Stego is allowed to stay in that turret form and rain down heck, clearly there just wasn't enough pressure on him to force him to move that position to make that Stego uncomfortable. But LUNABREAK also had a lot of fires to address and not enough extinguishers.
Yeah. That is true. They needed to extinguish Super Dopa. When Super Dopa was dead, they needed to extinguish Zhuhai, but Zhuhai said, well, I got 3 more lives, so keep trying. Your extinguisher ran out. And who would have thunk it? All of us. It is the MVP for Super Dopa, playing absolutely amazing on the Welkin throughout Cape Blanc Observatory.
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a Welkin box in there.
It's a Welkin box in the sky. I think one thing we saw between the Welkins as well is LUNABREAK's gassing themselves a little bit in these engagements, but I mentioned it for Super Dopa is that I think 90% of, I don't even know if we saw Super Dopa spin in this one. I think he was not spinning, and that's what made him so effective. We'll see. Just watch this. Does he spin?
You're going to have to break down the Welkin.
Okay, he kind of spun there for a moment. But all of his hits were clicks. He was chasing. Even when he boxed, he would chase. Then again, he had a lot of flyers in the box, so you don't spin with that anyways. But the top-down attacks, getting people grounded, making sure your team follows up with that was the name of the game. I mean, see, even that reprieve right there for Arun's Welkin, Zhuhai was all over him.
Yeah, I like that you point out the constant down smashes.
Always.
So that just that small CC that ANUBYSS could all collapse on.
Yeah.
And you didn't even need the box. You didn't need a spin. And LUNABREAK had operated around a hurricane, but you never really had a stationary place to set up. Like, even when they were near the objective, they didn't have all members alive. So LUNABREAK realized they had to take risks and go for these 4v6s. And they did have moments where they aced ANUBYSS, but that was like one moment that didn't turn into momentum.
I'm going back and I'm watching that game later. Because that is just super incredible Welkin movement. Hardly canceling any attacks, understanding the timing, keeping target, not spinning when you got a high flyer in the box. The simple things, but all put together in the action makes it chef's kiss. Crop Sinkhole is going to be our next map here. And it's going to create a lot of that need for macro play and where you are in the map to hold these capture points.
Will we see the Super Dopa Panther? This is the map he loves to bring it on, and he beat Orca down 2-0 in that series. It was paired with the Stego, Tricera, Inferno, Welkin, Lumine. So is that going to be a target ban at all from LUNABREAK? Are they worried about the Super Dopa Panther?
Just worried. I mean, they picked this, right? So they feel like they might be able to stretch ANUBYSS thin on the map and get themselves a win with some kind of tactic. The Welkin ban. I actually love seeing Welkin bans on Crop Sinkhole because it just means there is a lot more fighting that is not shielded in, and you have to play so much more careful. It is Inferno, though, so that Welkin may be able to... Never mind.
Yeah, and LUNABREAK haven't played Sinkhole. So sort of there's no footage, at least in an official match, what they maybe showed in scrims. And maybe it doesn't have to be like this overcooked composition, but the Narukami being floated when Laura usually plays Aquila. So you're wondering, is there going to be a Falcon to scan this? I mean, Narukami has been floated, but then ultimately ends up being Aquila. We'll see what he lands on, though.
Yeah. Covering still, the Falcons. We got our Luminate to heal both of the squishies.
Double flyers from ANUBYSS, Falcon and Scott. Oh, and it's gone.
And wait,
we got away with the timer,
they brought it back for LUNABREAK.
Now the double flyers is on LUNABREAK's side. Okay, Yui and Neku.
Triple
I
flyer.
gotta wait for the.
Yeah, they're just hovering right now, discussing with the team what they want to pick.
I wanted to see the super dope of Panther. Maybe we'll swap last minute, but Rune's floating it, so can't underestimate the power of taking a 1v1 and how good Panther is in a 1v1 because of that direct damage.
Tricera, Stego, okay. It's pretty normal compositions that we'd get, except for the Welkins. I kind of have a tear in my eye right now, but it's okay because we're going to get even more crazy, chaotic gameplay around these points that's really going to require the Stego to be helping out quite a bit, getting control of the air superiority so your tanks on the ground aren't just eating damage the whole time. This one is going to require a lot for both teams.
So no sniper from the side of LUNABREAK. ANUBYSS are going to depend on Siren once again with the Aquila. Arun's going to be able to take 1v1s with the Panther,
all right.
with Yui having some survivability with the Elise-ness. Of course, you got flyers, you got Neku versus Kishinma, and only single flyers from both sides.
Remember, loser of this match only goes down to the loser's bracket. In a very strong fashion, honestly. These two teams are still ones that could go far in the tournament, but ANUBYSS now showing their prowess as we get the outside look on the map. We start going for A.
Yeah, you can't melt those heavies as much with the Inferno being banned. Welkin won't be able to, no Welkin means no denying of that range, no box fights. So already a first blood though for ANUBYSS.
Oof. Does find the Stego, nice job. They're forced to move. Are they going to get a kill on that? Yeah. Kurasa down. Oh, Rune's going to be able to drop reset here. Nice early kills coming in for the side of LUNABREAK, but ANUBYSS doing a bit of their own work.
Yeah, with Arun in these 6v6 fights, he's waiting for everyone to poke down the armor, get to that direct health, and goes for the finishing blows. You don't want to necessarily go for the high HP targets in case everyone starts looking at the Panther, and Lori has already been sniped down and discovered as he was on the Stego and not able to disengage fast enough.
Looking at Yui, just causing trouble in the fight, looking to get in there with the halberd. Can't even pick the oh, nice strike down, but still cannot stay close. Super Dope was being a little bit annoying on the Tricera, as now we see Siren looking for a fight.
There's a 1v1 on the perimeter of the map. You have a first early cap from ANUBYSS, but who is going to win these individual fights for B and C? That could be ANUBYSS getting an even stronger lead if they get the double cap, but LUNABREAK is not going to let this go for free.
Uh-oh. Gets the armor back, plays it just to the last drop. Beautifully done, as Zhuhai is going to be coming in for the fight here. This is the Elise-ness fight we're going to get. Oh.
And even you can't underestimate what the Falcon scan is able to do through these walls to know who and where and what the numbers are. So still no caps somehow on this perimeter. It's just down to these kind of 1v1s. This time we're not going to have 10 other observers like we did last night, but these caps are constantly denied by Yui, who is just on patrol duty. But the ball isn't in LUNABREAK's court. They're the ones that have to double cap. They have no points at all.
Oh, Yui also destroying a bit of the terrain around because, I mean, Zhuhai is destroying that terrain because Yui's using it to hide. So those pillars taken out, now there isn't as much room and we get a bigger battle here.
And Zhuhai just has to stall. Like, he doesn't even have to take any unnecessary risk, and Siren eventually gets discovered. Remember, Siren's on the Aquila, so any pressure he takes, he may just crumple like paper.
Oh, I love the way we're playing the side fights here. A is still being held 121-6. The other caps have not gone through just yet because of the distraction play. How many people are over there just stopping caps right away? Kashinma capping one, so is Kura on the other side, but they keep getting paused on this, and that will be the first double cap now coming for ANUBYSS as they continue their lead.
That's such a tough loss for LUNABREAK because they took so long for that fight to develop in a negative result. So ANUBYSS getting up to 200 with LUNABREAK showing no signs of life. They have pretty much all 6 committed towards the middle of the map, and they think that middle real estate could have higher value to spread ANUBYSS thin to the perimeter.
And honestly, without a Welkin in here, if you are on A, you just need to look down at B, look down at C, and fire some splash damage, and the cap is stopped. If you need to get there in time, you have it. So this actually becomes amazing when you have just 2 points that you can spit damage at either of the side sites.
Looks like there's a 2-on-1 in favor of LUNABREAK for this C cap, but you could have some reinforcements. You do have a sideline over from A that could poke damage into this skirmish, but LUNABREAK haven't captured at all, and this is such an important fight. This could just not be a lead that they can catch up on, although our last series proved that the impossible can always be possible in a game like Mecha Break.
Very true. We're going to see what's going on in the middle of the map for just a little bit. As Siren takes down Yui quite quick. That's going to be one of our spawns coming back. We haven't seen too many deaths just yet. Just the count up here from ANUBYSS. And they are still doing work. 370 points ahead now.
I'm starting to worry about LUNABREAK's chances in this series when it was, what, 8-1 on our previous map
triple.
to not even scratching the surface of ANUBYS's defense, is not getting kills and at least not getting them fast enough. A triple capture, Riv.
That's going to be counting up 10 per tick. It looks like it's all too much right now for LUNABREAK as ANUBYSS is not giving an inch. Super Dopa hasn't moved. What is this? They're kissing. The Triceras. The Super Dopa hasn't moved from A yet. They're shaking hands, and he still wins.
And there's just not enough low HP targets on ANUBYSS for someone like Arun to show up with the Panther and finish them off. And if they are low HP, they're probably like the squishy flyers that a Panther may have trouble keeping up with. Meanwhile, you have the Siren, this Aquila at a distance. If it goes untouched, uncontested, it's going to snipe especially the Panther from LUNABREAK, and especially anyone who doesn't notice from LUNABREAK.
Arun can't, just parried out of that. Cannot collapse on any of his targets fast enough to find a kill to come through with the rest of the team. A lot of solo work. The bus comes through from one side, but they're looking both ways, and it looks like they're going to live through this one just a bit. Nice job getting above the armor on that one.
Yeah, Arun is doing good initial damage, but there's a window where you need to follow up. And LUNABREAK need to lock in here and now, or it's not going to happen now, and it's not going to happen never. But this is the upper side of the bracket. Maybe you're getting humbled by your Japanese brethren, but this is #1 versus #2 of Japan. And clearly ANUBYSS are head and shoulders above the rest.
We need to phone a friend. We need to call Orca. What did they do at the end of their game to make sure the triple cap was theirs? There needs to be an answer. But I don't know if it's going to come quick enough here, Lemon. Neku exists through the fights, trying to draw targeting, trying to be more crazy and chaotic now, but the chaos has already been caused, and ANUBYSS fights beautifully in the chaos.
Yeah, when you don't have an Inferno because that was banned out, I wonder if just LUNABREAK didn't have, the true damage to pierce through ANUBYSS to set up Arun for the finishing blows, and he is, here and there. Arun is on the call when you need him. But what they need is way more help. They need these guys. No blinking. The stare down. ANUBYSS. Wait, Mrs. Ref. They got to stare down. It's a staring contest. Okay.
Believe it or not,
oh my God,
that's what they looked like while they were playing the game too. They never moved from their position. No, I'm just kidding. Awesome stuff. And yeah, what a game from ANUBYSS. You said head and shoulders above. I think that has to be noted. There is competition here between 1 and 2, but 1 seems to be so far and away. ANUBYSS has worked for it.
And the fact that we were this was the main event, if this was some kind of fighting arena, and this was the most one-sided match we've had for at least our half of the show. But it's not over, obviously. For LUNABREAK, they'll fall to the lower bracket to face one of the North American teams, and they know quite well how difficult this is. LUNABREAK clearly crumbled here, but they're the ones who crack the eggs when it comes to every other team in this bracket.
That's true. That's true. I don't think we've seen the last of LUNABREAK at all, and not just because they have a lower bracket game, because I think they will make a bit of a run towards that lower bracket. Obvious camaraderie. He's like, no. Okay, I'll shake your hand. Obvious camaraderie there.
Just for ANUBYSS to be that flawless against a team as good as LUNABREAK. They made them look like kindergartners, and you saw how much of a speed run LUNABREAK put their other series on for them to only dismantle one extractor, for them to, get single-digit points on that sinkhole is so insane to me. Maybe this is an off day, or maybe this is ANUBYSS. You're looking at potentially our Mecha Break champions in the making.
Incredible stuff. The grind is paying off. Like we said, they're here playing a lot of the time. They're watching their opponents. They're first in, last out to the party each day in the practice rooms. And man, they were first in, first out in that series. They are gone, happy to move on to the upper bracket, and we'll see LUNABREAK move down.
Well, that was just like the ultimate Japan matchup, right?
Yeah,
and then we have Eva versus Celestial being number 1 and number 2 to face off next. But we got to break down the numbers because LUNABREAK not having access to a Welkin, you don't have as much melee, no Inferno, less DPS, and not enough targets for a rune to really poke down. Just looking at the kills, I'm only seeing 1 registered from LUNABREAK's side. Kind of surprising. Or I guess a rune there at 3. There we go.
Yeah, 4 up there.
So he gets the finishing blows, but that's tough.
1 milli damage healed by Minima. That means your team was taking quite a bit of damage, but getting it on the right people, keeping them alive. Like you said, only 4 kills able to come through because they were getting ticked up by the heals of Minima. Actually, where is that as well as damage? Okay, a little bit of damage. We'll switch it back and forth. Not a problem. It's always going to be direct since it's to that health bar, but what a game. I'm excited to see the MVP here. Supadopa was going crazy again on the try, but was it enough in the middle of the map? Zhuhai was wreaking havoc on these points. What do you think?
It's tough, for Lori, 1.6 mil looks great, but I was expecting more in the 2 mil mark for someone like Lori, and to go on something like a safer ultra heavy like that instead of an Narukami, the snipers, to try and contest someone like Siren, which at a distance, if there wasn't a flyer in Siren's face, then who else was going to match up against it? So Lori just tried to base up and kind of play the team game, but Minima keeping everyone together on ANUBYSS, can't underestimate the power of a good support.
And a good stare down.
Yeah. Also, my favorite.
And a good stare down. I hope we get the stare down in the interview as well. I'm pretty sure we'll be talking to the MVP. At least I hope, to see what was the key to victory here. And just overall, did they feel, pressured? Was this a game they came in knowing